6 o'clock. We'll call this meeting to order.
Roll call. Director Davis?
Here.
Director Green?
Yeah.
Director Beatty?
Here.
Director Smiley?
Here.
Director Sangster?
Present.
Full board. I need approval for the regular meeting agenda.
Motion to approve.
I just make a comment. I didn't receive, there was some sort of a revision on 6.1.
It was redactions of people's addresses. Phone
That's all it was?
That's all it was.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Want to continue with your motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none.
Betty, will lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do you have any public comment for items that are not on the agenda?
We did receive 3 public comments from Gregory Campbell. They are on the website and they have been sent to the directors. I do have a copy here if any of the public would like to read them.
Can we read them into record?
No. They don't get read into record.
So the policy is that we provide them to the board, we provide them to the public if they ask for them, but we don't read them at the meeting.
Okay. That's fine.
I have a question about that.
Yeah, me too.
If you don't provide them to the public at the meeting, how can the public comment on comments that they're not going to see until the next meeting?
Or even know that they exist.
Yeah.
I think they should be read into, if a correspondence is delivered and addressed to the board and intended to be used, then it has to be made known.
Just the policy.
So where does this policy exist?
It's in the board handbook, I'm pretty sure.
Unbelievable. Where are we going?
Couldn't tell you one spot where it is.
Pretty sure it's in the board handbook.
But if it's in the board handbook, it would require a board action to change it.
Okay, so bring it to our next meeting, please. To change the board handbook. So a second on that?
Specifically, we would like to address the policy regarding public comment received electronically. So if that's not in the board handbook, we would still like to see it back so it can be revised.
Thank you.
And at the time, we would like this public comment brought back so it could be read into record. In my opinion, if it's being submitted electronically, it is the only means for people who are not attending the meeting are through the videos, receiving it electronically. That only makes sense.
It is on the website too, and it has been from the moment we got it.
In this
Right, but
moment,
nobody knows to look for it.
you can vote to read it into the record.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'd like to make a motion that we read it into record.
I second.
Director Smiley?
No.
Director Beatty?
No.
Director Green?
Yes.
Director Davis?
Yes.
Director Sangster?
Yes.
3-0. Or 3-2-0. Passes. Oh, we each did one.
Well, there's 3. So
I know. The other one. Just gonna get one? You gonna get one?
yeah, that's right.
No, mine, okay.
We don't have to change the handbook.
No.
Okay, so we have a written communication from Mr. Gregory Campbell on February 25th, 2025 to the Board of Directors of the San Miguel Community Service District regarding expansion of the San Miguel C.S.D. lighting fixture placement and wattage increase. It reads as follows: Dear board members, I am writing to formally request the expansion and improvement of the street lighting infrastructure within the San Miguel Community Service District. It has been many years since a new street fixture has been added to or upgraded in our district, and it is time to address this overdue issue for the safety and well-being of our community. The last addition to the street lighting, or to the lighting plan, was the fixture at 9898 North River Road, which I personally funded for installation and maintenance over the 5-year period before the district assumed responsibility. That particular fixture remains the highest wattage street light on a pole in the district, significantly improving visibility at a dangerous road curve that has tragically claimed one life and caused serious injuries to others. Increased wattage enhances visibility, reduces the risk of accidents, and improving nighttime safety for both drivers and pedestrians. I urge the board to consider the safety benefits of providing street lighting, as supported by national studies demonstrating its positive impact on accident prevention and community well-being. Adequate lighting also enhances the quality of life for residents who enjoy walking at night. With over $800,000 in the dedicated funding for street lighting, placement, and improvement, it is imperative that these funds are used appropriately for their intended purpose rather than diverted to unrelated projects. I respectfully request the board take immediate action by contacting PG&E to facilitate the expansion of lighted fixtures and the installation of higher wattage bulbs where necessary. This is an opportunity to make a meaningful and lasting improvement to the people of San Miguel. Thank you for your attention in this important matter. I look forward to your response and to seeing progress on this issue. Sincerely, Gregory G. Campbell.
Point of order.
That vote was taken without discussion of the board. I don't think that was proper. I've seen documents come in this room that are pages and pages and pages long. So if everybody that came in this room gave us documents to read, we could be here all evening. That's the purpose of not having them read at the meeting. Anybody in the community can access those documents. Anybody. That's my comment.
Thank you.
Second, written communication from Gregory Campbell on February 25th, 2025 to the Board of Directors or board members of the San Miguel Community Service District. Request to discontinue authorization of safe and sane fireworks in the SMCSD district. Dear board member, I am writing to formally request that the San Miguel Community Service District reconsider and discontinue the authorization of safe and sane fireworks within the district. While this authorization may have once been appropriate when first implemented, San Miguel has changed significantly since that time, and the risks associated with fireworks have grown substantially. The population of our community has increased, creating greater potential for fire hazards, safety concerns, and disturbances. Additionally, the economic landscape has shifted, making it more challenging for local resources to effectively manage the risk and potential damages caused by firework-related incidents. Most critically, the fire danger in our region has escalated due to ongoing drought conditions and a changing climate, posing a severe threat to public safety and property. Given these factors, I urge the board to take proactive measures to enhance the safety of our community by discontinuing the authorization of safe and sane fireworks. Other communities throughout California have already taken similar action to reduce fire risk, and the San Miguel should follow suit to protect its residents and natural surroundings. Thank you for your time and consideration. I appreciate your leadership in maintaining the well-being of San Miguel, and I hope the board will take this request into serious consideration. Sincerely, Gregory G. Campbell. And the third is again from Gregory Campbell on February 20th, 2025 to the San Miguel Community Service District Board as a request for dissolution of the San Miguel Community Service District. Dear board members, I'm writing to formally request that the San Miguel Community Service District, SMCSD, be dissolved and its administration and execution of services be returned to the County of San Luis Obispo. Given the current operational landscape, I believe that transitioning these responsibilities to the county would result in more efficient, cost-effective, and transparent governance of our community. The San Miguel CSD was originally established to consolidate multiple service districts under one board, streamline operations, enhance transparency, and provide better local oversight. These objectives have been largely achieved. However, in today's environment, larger organizations such as the County of San Luis Obispo have the capacity to provide more economical and flexible services with fewer personnel and less bureaucracy, while still ensuring strong public oversight through the agreements for local member representation. Returning the administration of our essential services to San Luis Obispo County, and bringing on board CAL FIRE would allow for improved resources allocation and access to a broader range of expertise. The county and CAL FIRE already have the infrastructure, personnel, and operational experience to manage these services effectively, which would reduce redundancies and administrative costs while maintaining the community's voice in governance. It is time for the San Miguel C.S.D. to evolve and embrace more sustainable model of service delivery by dissolving the district and reintegrating with the larger organizations. We can ensure that San Miguel continues to receive high-quality services without the burden of maintaining a separate administrative entity. I urge the board to seriously consider the proposal and initiate discussions with LAFCO, the County of San Luis Obispo, and CAL FIRE regarding this transition. I appreciate your time and attention in this matter and look forward to your response. Sincerely, Gregory G. Campbell. That's all three that will receive.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
Who wants to see it?
Any other public comment for items not on the agenda? I do have a question, it's not on the agenda. Who's maintaining the cameras that are utilized in the meetings? Or I guess they're simply for YouTube for district or what?
This one is the property of the district and is maintained by the district. The other one is the property of the fire association and maintained by them.
Okay. Are the videos posted in the same place or are they just?
I don't think they post their videos. These ones are posted on YouTube.
Okay. Perfect, thank you. Okay. We'll move along to special presentations and public hearings. This is a time and place for a public hearing to receive and discuss a petition for verification as recognized employee organization for district bargaining unit employees from SEIU Local 620. The staff will now provide a general presentation regarding the petition for verification.
So currently the employees of the district are represented by themselves as the San Miguel Employees Association, or SAM. They have requested that SEIU take over as their representation. So the positions that are affected are the financial officer, billing clerk, utility worker, water operator, wastewater operator, which is the total of hourly positions. They have submitted a petition of verification to be recognized as the sole representation for those employees. We have reviewed that petition. We found that it is complete and meets the requirements with the employee-employer relations requirements from the district. So at this point, we are looking for any potential public comment, other testimony, and for the district board to find that it's complete and to continue on the process.
Okay. Is there board discussion or are we simply taking public comment?
It's a public hearing,
Yes.
so it would be board discussion, and you need to open it for the public
Yeah.
hearing. Yes, essentially,
Okay.
public commentary.
Is there any reason we'd have to do it one or the other? Board comment versus public comment?
You do not. You can open the public hearing and then close it and then have board
Okay,
discussion.
let's do that. Okay, it is time to take testimony from the public. We request that each person who speaks gives their name and address. Do you need public comment? Okay, seeing none, we will close public comment. Board, comment, discussion. All right. please.
Okay, now we're talking about the employees joining the union, correct?
The
Well,
employees,
okay, yeah, they already have.
Yes.
But here's my problem. When I signed checks yesterday, we've got an employee that I didn't even know about by the name of Joe Martinez on there.
you've talked to him before.
Huh?
You've talked to him before.
I've talked to the two guys before, but I haven't talked, there was three employees.
Is this regarding the representation by SEIU?
Yeah, because I mean, we need to, and his name was on there, it was Cooper, and then the other guy, and then Joe Martinez down at the bottom. There was three,
Yes, we have 3 operators.
right. Well, I was unaware of the third one. I know you always said, well, we've got two guys working for you. And then his position on what I signed there when I was going down through that, he's supposed to be the lead operator. Now my question is he licensed?
Yes.
Okay, well then, I signed another check for $35,000. And what I was told, that was somebody to fill in for you because Pittman was no longer here, and Pittman was a licensed operator, and so on. So, I just need to know what's going on.
That isn't really part of the representation. I'd be more than happy to have that conversation with you.
Well, we should have it right now because this is a public hearing.
Regarding the transition from SMEA, San Miguel Employees Association, to
Correct,
SEIU.
correct.
Not regarding whether we have coverage for operators or we have licensed operators.
No, but if they're gonna be, we're talking about employees joining the union, I wanna know who they are, what their position is, and so on like that, which we have a right to know, and so on.
And it's actually in the packet.
Let me show you.
So I can tell you right now, Michelle Heido is our financial officer. Kinsey Valencia, thank you, is our account clerk. We have Cooper Lang, who's a wastewater operator.
Right.
We have Rogelio Montoya, who's a utility worker, and we have Joe Martinez, who's a lead water operator.
Yeah, I know, I've seen it in the packet today, but I didn't see it on, when they were filling out their names to join the union.
They're not required to put their position when they're filling out their union
That's what I
form.
was wondering. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So how long has this Joe Martinez been working here?
Approximately 6 months.
6 months, okay. Because like I said, I didn't have a clue he was working here until I signed the checks yesterday. So, and then also, another question I have, and this has to do with everything here. I want to know how many employees we have actually working here.
Can we talk about the affirmation of this union thing and that later? Please?
Not time for public comment, but thank you.
But anyway, we're paying a phone bill for somebody that I know doesn't work here, so,
And that person is not part of this discussion. They're not in this meeting.
all right,
So,
okay.
any other board comment on the union? I've read the board packet, and it appears that everything was done correctly, so I don't have any objection.
So the board is not specifically taking action. The board is providing direction either to staff to either complete the process with the 30-day challenge period and the determination at the end, or if there's some objection to the petition, providing other direction. So that's where we need to go with this.
My opinion is that Kelly should move forward.
You said that Kelly should move forward.
And we can do it by consensus.
I have no objection.
I have no objection, I would move it forward to the 30-day challenge period.
I agree.
Owen?
I agree.
So yeah, consensus of all 5 directors. And if you want to come down or give me a call, I'd be happy to have that discussion with you.
I'm gonna do it when we have a public discussion. Or board comment, yeah.
So we can't have a discussion on it, you can ask the question.
Yep. If it's related to money matters, and bring it up at the...
Financial, yeah, I'll wait until financial comes up,
There you go.
because it is money matter.
Okay.
We just have to have a reason that it's being discussed, not bringing something new.
Okay. We'll move on to non-district reports. San Luis Obispo County organizations. We don't have any here tonight, is that correct?
No, he said he was gonna be here, but must have got called.
Okay. How about community service organizations? None of those either. Okay, please.
Since Officer McFarland's not here, last night at the advisory council meeting, he asked that any danger, concerns, child endangerment, vagrants living in town, code enforcement violations, any of those things, when they're reported, he's asking that people also call the 24-hour sheriff hotline and mention it to them as well, so that they can both sides can work on things. So that's been his request. And Lori Gallegos, John Pashon's assistant, asked that any code violations or graffiti or vandalism is presented to her as well as code enforcement, so she could follow up on that, because things are falling through the cracks and they would like to do the best they can for their districts.
Question on things like that, like code enforcement and graffiti. Are we as a district taking any action by calling, is there a graffiti hotline, or are we calling code enforcement, things like that as a district, or are these individuals?
We do it as a district, but if anybody sees it, then it's requested that it's reported by individuals or by the district. If the individual doesn't want to call and they want to call the district, then we can report it. Usually it's better if the individual reports it, because they're usually right there next to it, but they have more information instead of sending somebody back out to go see what it was.
Especially on private property.
Yeah.
John Pashon they did a study about fencing places that get tagged repeatedly versus doing the anti-graffiti clear coat. They decided on the anti-graffiti clear coat, so the places like the jail, the library, some of the fencing and so forth is all going to be cleaned, repainted, covered with the anti-graffiti, and then if it gets hit again, it'll get pressure washed off once they know about it. So they asked to be informed.
Okay, would abandoned vehicles fall under code enforcement? Are we reporting those?
It depends on where they are.
Yeah, if they're on private property, you can't touch them.
If they're in the right of way, then we can report them to CHP, and CHP's been very responsive about tagging them and removing them. If they're on private property, then you can report it to the sheriff. However, it's unlikely anything's going to happen because of the process to go through to remove it from private property.
How about if it's on the easement next to the railroad tracks, for example?
So we report those to the sheriff or the CHP, and they will tag them and remove them if they are in an area that they can lawfully do that.
50 feet within the tracks, isn't it?
Well, if it's within 50 feet of the tracks, you can call the railroad, you can call the number on the silver box next to the railroad sign, and they'll send somebody out to take care of it. That whole space over there on Long End Street is all railroad property. So the sheriff or the SO does, or the CHP does take action on those vehicles, and we do report them quite frequently. But there's a lot, and they can only do so much.
Right. Okay. Thank you. No Camp Roberts tonight, is that right?
No, I reached out to her again, but I'm getting nothing.
Okay. Any public comments on the non-district reports? No. We'll move on to staff and committee reports. General manager?
The only thing I have tonight is we need to make sure that everybody is getting their 700 forms done. The 700 forms for the Groundwater Sustainability Agency have to be done online. There is no other way to do it. If you haven't done it, please contact Mara and she will help you get it done. I think everybody has done it through the county.
Sorry, go ahead.
But if you have not done the online one for the Groundwater Sustainability Agency, then we need to get that done before April 1st.
Can I get my GSA done tomorrow?
You did yours.
Okay,
It says right there that you got it done.
You got it done.
super.
You guys are probably getting emails from the FPPC.
If we get approved for laptops,
You'll be a little behind, but you can do it through there.
thank you.
The governor signed a Senate bill that you have to do it electronically.
Yeah, of course you did.
And just for information, because it's been a problem before, we did receive the notice of property sale by the county for tax default. There's only one property within the district. It's on the other side of Cemetery Road by south of the cemetery in a drainage. So it's of no use to us. So we'll be turning that down, but that is the only one, just to make the board aware.
That's like Nyron and,
Yep.
That hole.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So,
That's for water.
Yeah. Any public comment on the general manager's report? Nope. All right, we'll move on. District council.
There's nothing for me tonight, unless anyone has any questions.
Okay. Any public comment on the district council, no report? No. District utilities.
you guys have the report. The only thing I have to add is the alley water line between San Luis Obispo and 10th Street is underway. It's about 50% complete at this point. Other than that, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Questions? Comments? No. Any public comments on the district utilities report? All right. We'll move on to the fire chief's report. We're going to the fire chief tonight.
He's not here. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to relay them.
Questions from the board? Fire chief report?
Yeah, I had a couple questions.
Okay.
Just minor stuff. It says South Coast in Paso Robles is scheduled to reopen. What is South Coast?
South Coast is a maintenance facility for fire equipment.
I'm seeing a lot of acronyms still. Typically you type out it and
Yeah.
put the acronym in parentheses.
We've been working on making sure that happens because reporting
Okay.
will get done. If you have any specific ones you're looking at, I'd be happy to tell you right there.
OTS,
Is Office of Traffic Safety,
nice. AFG,
is American Firefighter Grant.
okay. VFD, Vandenberg Fire.
No, it's a volunteer firefighter.
Oh, okay. RFD, that's a male term. It's a rural federal district.
That's Rural Fire Department.
Okay. Multi-jurisdiction hazard mitigation plan, which is the MJHMP. Next meeting is tentatively scheduled in February 2025, date and time and location to be determined. Is this a carryover from another report?
It's a carryover from the last report that it was reported for January. That they haven't had another meeting yet, as far as I know.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah, they haven't.
Very good, thank you.
Any other comments or questions on the fire chief report? All right. Any public comment on the fire chief report? No. Move on to the consent calendar. The items listed below are scheduled for consideration as a group and in one vote. Any director may request the item be withdrawn from the consent agenda to discuss or to change the recommended course of action. Unless an item is pulled for separate consideration by the board, the following items are recommended for approval without further discussion. Do we have any public comment on the consent calendar? do not. Do you have any board comment? No. We have a motion. I motion to approve the consent calendar.
I'll second.
I have a motion on the floor to approve consent calendar 9.1 and 9.2 by Director Sangster, second by Director Green. I'll have a vote. Director Smiley?
Yes.
Director Davis?
Yes.
Director Green?
Yes.
Director Gaty?
Yes.
Director Sangster?
Yes.
Passes 5-0, no absence.
Okay, we'll move on to board action items. Item number 10.1, monthly claim detail and investment reports for January 2025.
Good evening. The January financials are on page 153 through 196. The revenue expenditure reports reflect the mid-year budget adjustments that were approved at the last board meeting. And we're starting to work with the new CPA now that they're on board and moving forward with that. We'll be starting the budget process for the next fiscal year. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any board comments or questions? This is the financial section, Director Davis.
Yeah, okay. Since I signed checks, I do have the question of check I signed to Water Systems Consulting for $36,747.62. And I was told that was to fill when Kelly is a licensed operator, and Pittman used to be a licensed operator.
That was for FRM. Water Systems Consulting is the engineer.
Okay. So why did you tell me that it was for somebody to fill in, some licensed person?
Fluid Resources Management, that's FRM.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
So we are paying somebody to fill in for, a licensed operator to fill in for Kelly at certain times, right?
So the board authorized a contract with Fluid Resource Management, FRM, to provide both operator services and compliance services, of which both the district is using to meet our compliance needs for the treatment plant and the water system, as well as provide licensed operators to do some of the work that we don't have staff to do or staff that's adequately trained to do. We do have other licensed operators besides myself. Mr. Joe Martinez, who you mentioned earlier, is licensed in water and wastewater, as am I. We have 2 other operators that are licensed in wastewater that can't operate on their own. So we use FRM in a limited capacity to provide operator services as needed and as directed by myself.